Alright y'all, welcome back to the video. You can see that the truck is absolutely loaded down. We got so much stuff. We got corn, we got the fuller, we got rakes, we got weed eaters, we got everything known to man to come out here today to the farm and try to do something that I've been thinking about for a while. Is this really needed? No, but as much time as I spend thinking about how I can make my properties better, it's something that I want to tackle. If you guys don't know, turkey season is coming up this April in North Carolina, so I want to start doing some preparation. You guys know we do have a new lease that we just purchased, but unfortunately that property is nothing but cut. We have some hardwoods, but it's mostly cut over. We have a lot of predators out there. Haven't really seen too much turkey activity, but we're not racing it from the books. We're gonna still try to do a couple things out there. There could be some. But today we're actually standing on one of our older leases, and this is where I shot my first turkey ever. It was last turkey season. And we have turkeys here. They're very educated. They're very smart. But the boys, the ones that are here, they're big. Last year they actually planted canola in these fields, and it was just extremely hard to try to really go after these turkeys. They were always hiding in it. They always seemed to have 3 steps ahead of me. I really didn't spend too much time in the woods, and that's actually why I want to try to target one this year. Got some bad news. Apparently we were supposed to have cucumbers in these fields this year, but I think the contract got declined, and unfortunately now we're gonna have tobacco. Tobacco's not the best thing for a hunter, guys. I mean, the turkeys, they'll come pick the bugs out of it, but nothing really eats tobacco. It stinks, it's sticky, it's got black tar on it. It's not what you want to have in these fields, but I think that we can make our own area in these woods, and it's just gonna take a little bit of elbow grease. So we're gonna use everything in the back of my truck today. Find a spot in the woods, throw some cameras up, move some feeders, try to start getting a food plot established. And we're just gonna let this roll out until turkey season, guys, and hopefully we start getting a pattern out here to where I can actually try to set up somewhere and hopefully get a bird. All the food plots you've ever seen me make is with this company right here. Actually one of our new sponsors for the channel this year, so we're gonna get to talk about that and how you guys can pretty much do what I'm about to do out here today. That being said, let's head into the woods, mark it on Onyx, come back, get everything unloaded, and we're gonna get to work. All right, guys, I've been walking around for a good little while, just kind of scoping out what I got. I'm also going off of kind of what I saw last year in the field, and that's the most important thing. You're gonna kind of hopefully think that those same birds are gonna kind of stay on that little transition pattern when they kind of start moving through and kind of separating from property to property, and I think this area right here, it's got something to work with. There's a creek that L-shapes right over that little hump, and then right here we have our creek that continues, so we're kind of like in a pocket. Probably about 70 yards from the field. This is like kind of the outskirts of where I saw them traveling, kind of around where I was hunting last year, so I think this is where we're gonna do it. I'd like to try to square it off right here and kind of work the food plot this way, and we have to clear everything right here. You guys will get an idea kind of what I'm doing. I'm not clearing every single tree, obviously. I'm just gonna clear it a little bit to kind of open it up to maybe have a little strutting area, maybe just have a location where the turkeys can open up and just kind of graze a little bit more. Leaving the stumps is gonna cut them low to the ground. I just want to open it up. We gotta rake everything out. We got a lot of work to do, so with that being said, let's get to it. All right, we got a good amount cut. It still looks like shit though because obviously I'm just laying them over. So I'm gonna grab the pole saw now, kind of cut them up so they're movable. Looking good, we just gotta keep going step by step. Alright guys, it might not look like much, but we accomplished a lot today. Working as hard as I can, but I'm still fighting an ear infection. I actually had a follow-up appointment, and I got a freaking hole in my eardrum, and they're expecting me not to be able to hear for another like 4 to 5 weeks. So still fighting this, but I just couldn't sit inside any longer, guys. So I gave it all I had today. We probably moved at least 70 to 90 trees all by hand. This way the camera's looking. We still have this whole entire side that I've done too, but we got about 15 to 17 more trees that I want to clear, and they are some of the bigger ones. So we're gonna let some of the gear charge back up, and guys, we'll be back out here tomorrow. All right, it is now day 2. We're back out here. All the gear is unloaded. Much to say, let's jump back into the woods and try to finish off what we did in yesterday, and that's just a couple more trees, guys, and then we're gonna start blowing all these leaves out, start raking up a good spot, and guys, hopefully we should have some seed down today and have some feeders moved. We have been putting in work, son, and I'm actually pretty happy with where we're at right now to go ahead and move on to the next step. You guys, an idea, this is where I started, and this is what I've cleared. I try to really keep it kind of squared in a way. The only trees I didn't take out were these 3 together, this one, and that one. But for everything else, guys, she's cleared. I'm gonna try to knock these stumps down a little bit further, but we actually have a thunderstorm coming here in the next 3 hours, so I would love nothing more than get some seed down and have some rain come through behind it. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and take the steel backpack blower, son, blow all these leaves, kind of open up the area. Gonna expose some of those vines and some of those sticks that I missed. Once those are up, we might rake them out, but guys, we're not far from putting down seed. I just want to get all of this debris up. Let's clear some leaves. guys, will you look at that, dude? I am so freaking stoked about this. Everything I got's dead again, so guys, I'm gonna come back and nick some of these stumps down a little bit further. Oh, dude, I put some work into this thing, and the camera really never shows how much, the size of it. Doesn't show how many logs I really moved. I mean, guys, I've been going at this for 2 days straight, non-stop, giving it all I got. And even just turning those leaves, you gotta see all the freaking bugs that are out. Just doing this will attract turkeys because it's fresh ground, it's fresh growth. All these little greens that are coming up, I'm not really sure what kind of plant that is. The types of stuff I'm gonna be planting just kind of grows like this as well. It's just gonna kind of feed through. I don't think this is gonna compete and choke it out. Either way, it's an area that I've cleaned out. We're gonna get a feeder in here, we're gonna get some seed in here, and we're just gonna see what happens and let it do its thing. So I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but all of the food plots that I have planted on this channel has been with this company right here, Domain. And they're actually a new sponsor for the channel this year, guys, so I'm super stoked about it. We're planting Hot Chick and No BS on this food plot, and these two really work together. I've never planted No BS, and I'm super stoked about it, but I actually have planted Hot Chick in one of our other food plots that we did it just like this. That day we had equipment, so it was a lot easier, but it took really well, guys, and we had a lot of attraction going towards that plot. We had deer early season, we had turkeys, and I love this stuff, guys, I really do. They sent out a ton of products to us, so we're gonna be planting these all around our leases. I'm super excited to show you guys what that product's capable of because, like I said, I've been using it for probably 2 years now, and every single one of our plots has been with this brand. I keep buying different kinds to experiment with them. The reason why this company is so special and I was attracted to them right away is because they understand all hunters. Not everyone has this equipment to come in here to till these plots. You know, some people don't have big areas of acres to work with, just like little sections like this in the woods. So they designed a product that you can literally broadcast and it takes very well. What you put in with the product can help. Like I spent time doing this area today. We will come back and we will fertilize this stuff, but guys, it takes amazing. I didn't do a damn thing in that plot over there, and obviously you can see how good it grew. So let's go ahead and load her up and let's get the broadcasting. Our plot has been planted. Y'all can see right here, I went around as any like the kind of bare bone spots we could tell where it's just a little bit harder soil. I just kind of raked around just to kind of turn the seeds over. I kind of just honestly went around the whole thing and did that. Just use a plastic rake just to get a little bit of seed berry, but guys, you don't even need to do that with this kind of stuff. I mean, when it hits the dirt and you time it good with rain, she is gonna germinate and you're gonna be happy with the results. I'm excited to see all different types of clover and chicory, and just guys, I'm just super stoked about it. But one thing I do want to do, we have about 29 or 30 days until opening day of turkey season. This plot was designed for this. I wanted a spot where the turkeys, they want to hang out. There's a lot of pressure in these fields, and last year I spent too much time trying to do it by the book, you know, have them coming out in the field, and I just didn't spend enough time in the woods. In this location, we have our creeks that we're surrounded by. Last year they were roosting probably about 150 yards from here, guys, and when I would come out here and I try to get set up in the field sometimes, or even just during the day, I would see these turkeys traveling through here. So I know if they find this plot, they're going to be extremely happy with it. And these hardwoods they're very dense. There's nothing really open out here for them. So like I said, a strut zone, something just to have, you know, just a group activity for birds. They like to do that. But in the meantime, while we're getting some growth through here, I do want to get a feeder because this isn't just going to be a turkey spot, guys. This is a decent sized little plot, and we're not just going to be attracting turkeys in here. So I want to get some deer kind of moving through the system. You guys leave in the comments, but I swear, turkeys, they hang out with deer. If there's a healthy food source, you will get deer and turkeys in the same spot. They really don't mind each other. Turkeys use the deer trails. Deer will actually go over when there's some fresh growth coming up from when the turkeys have been scratching. So it's kind of a little chain reaction, and I want to get some food in here. We're gonna go grab the feeder from the gas line that's probably about 100 yards, bring it in here, get it filled up with corn, move one of our edges in here so we can start seeing what is used in the area. And from there, it's pretty much a waiting game. Alright guys, that's about all we're gonna do for today. Camera set up, feeder set up, but now it's just time to let the place develop. I'm excited to see what we get in here, and I'm actually gonna let this video roll out for like the next 2 to 4 days. I want to show you guys, will there be growth in that short amount of time? And I'm almost positive there will be. It's gonna be tiny, but it's just pretty crazy how good this stuff works. And if you guys can kind of see, we're like 10 minutes out from this storm hit, and that's what it's about, guys. Using your head, getting out here in the field, using nature to benefit you. I mean, this place was absolutely nothing before I got in here, and now I'm almost positive we're gonna be getting. I'm not moving this camera, this feeder probably for the next year. We're gonna let this place do its thing, and I'm excited to see the results. So, oh, and there she comes right now. I'll pick this back up in a couple days. Back out here at the location. It's really only been about 2 days, guys, and I wanted to let it roll off to probably about 3 to 5, I said in the video, because I've had this stuff germinate that quick. And there's a couple little sprouts. Like I said, it's still very, very early, but something exciting is actually coming up this week. So in order to have you guys watching this video while I'm doing something else, I want to try to wrap things up. But when I get back, I can almost guarantee, and I'll be getting pictures on the cameras from the mulberries. I'll see the growth coming up. I have multiple videos on my channel of us planting, so if you guys do want to see the growth from domain, just go click on any of my other food plot videos. And if you guys want to check out any of their stuff, I'll leave it all in the description down below. You're going to see a lot to come from that company this year and us using them in the videos. What I did in this video the last couple of days, everyone's capable of doing it. It's just obviously take some elbow grease, but you do not have to have all this equipment and everything that everyone else uses to have good growth come in for any type of your seasons. If you're hunting turkeys, deer, whatever you're going after, it is all doable. I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.